And to understand that, you have to understand where the film actually came from and what Mike Judge was trying to do with it. Because Office Space is not a film made by someone observing a world from the outside and finding it amusing. It is a film made by someone who had lived inside that world and found it genuinely, almost physically unbearable, and who spent years thinking about how to put that specific quality of unbearableness into a form that would make other people instantly identify and feel it. You see, Judge worked a temp job in his 20s, organizing purchase orders all day, and described going home at night and organizing purchase orders in his sleep. And then he worked as an engineer for a Silicon Valley startup in the 1980s and described the culture there as Stepford wives. People who were true believers in something, and he couldn't work out what it was. And then he quit after less than 3 months and went on tour playing blues bass instead, which tells you something about the man and something about the film he eventually made out of those experiences. Because Office Space is not really a satire in the way most people use that word. Satire implies a comfortable distance between the person making the thing and the thing being made. And there is no comfortable distance in Office Space. The fury underneath the comedy is completely real, and you can feel it in every scene, even when the scene is very funny. And sometimes, especially when it is very funny, because Judge understood that sometimes the most effective way to show someone something true and uncomfortable is to make them laugh at it first and feel it later. The film follows Peter Gibbons, a software programmer at a company called Initech, who is trapped in exactly the kind of existence Judge had escaped from. Sitting in a cubicle doing work he cannot connect to any larger purpose. Managed by a man who speaks exclusively in the cadences of passive-aggressive corporate non-communication.
You apparently didn't put one of the new cover sheets on your TPS reports.
And the film captures this with a precision that is almost documentary in its accuracy, because Judge is not inventing these details, but remembering them. And the TPS reports, and the motivational posters, and the 8 different bosses who all need to talk to Peter about the same thing, and the printer that jams constantly, and the open plan floor where there is nowhere to go to be alone with a thought. All of it has the texture of something that has been observed rather than imagined. And then Peter goes to see a hypnotherapist at his girlfriend's insistence. And the hypnotherapist puts him into a deep state of relaxation and then drops dead of a heart attack before bringing him out of it. And Peter spends the rest of the film in this state of hypnotically induced not caring. He starts missing work, gets a new girlfriend, goes fishing on a weekday, and seems for the first time in the film to be living his life rather than waiting for his actual life to begin. And you root for him because Ron Livingston plays this transformation with warmth and ease. Also, Peter's new version of himself is the exact kind of escape that most people watching it are looking for.